process for everybody. At the end of this presentation, hopefully the takeaway will be that I'm excited, I'm motivated, I want to take the next steps, become and sign up for a seller account and actually start listing product on Amazon. So we'll start, excuse the small fonts, I didn't know the size, but I'll try to make it clear for you. Basic Wikipedia explanation of a marketplace is an e-commerce site where product and inventory information is provided by multiple sellers, okay? Whereas transactions are facilitated through the marketplace operator. In this case is Amazon. Sellers like you and I list product on Amazon and are able to have them merchandise and market. So what makes a marketplace a good marketplace? They need to be a trusted source. They have to have high volume and usually have a very loyal customer base. Most of the time, it's a vast product catalog, and they are probably one of the shopping destinations on the web. So, to put things in perspective for you, picture yourself walking into a local Walmart with a box of goods and taking up an aisle, and taking the same item that they have on their shelf and putting a sign in front of you and say, I have the same product for sale. Amazon.com is allowing you to list the same product that they're selling to their end users for if you're able to source a product at a better price. It's amazing. It's never been done in retail history where a retailer allowed you to participate in the sales. It's usually the opposite. You need to sell to the retail and the retailer keeps the margin. Over here, Amazon's providing you their customers as a marketplace for you to go and sell your products and compete with them. So, a few of the benefits of online marketplaces is that the online marketplace seller just needs to provide the focus on sourcing, listing their inventory, and shipping out their order. While the marketplace's responsibility is to take care of technology, infrastructure, payment processing, fraud, risk, and marketing. So there's a big weight that's lifted off your shoulder to start selling on a marketplace platform because you don't have to be an expert in marketing or technology. You don't even need a website. You can literally start selling on a marketplace platform if you have no website. So, let's continue. Why Amazon? Okay. Amazon's customer growth, tremendous. 152 million active users worldwide. 79 million unique visitors a month in September. And 8.3 million daily unique visitors in the US. There's about a handful of sites that I could probably list that get more traffic than Amazon. If you look at a global picture, Amazon's presence on the web is ranked number 10 in the world. And if you measure it in the US, it's ranked number 5. Second to only fifth to Google, probably Facebook, and some of these also social media sites. They have the customers that you want. The average customer demographics for Amazon earns $75K. And in the consumer electronics category, it's about $83K. Now, if they're in consumer electronics and they're prime customers, upwards of almost $100K. So you're getting access to the ideal consumer on the web. You don't have to mine for it, you don't have to target your users, they're putting it to you on a silver platter. So, Amazon's growth, tremendous. Year over year, Amazon's revenue in 2011, actually in the third quarter up until 2011, their revenue was about $34 billion, right? The final number for Amazon's revenue for all of 2011 was $52 billion. Okay, so that's no chump change. And for those of you who are not aware, Amazon does not only sell books. Amazon carries a wide range of product, anywhere from housewares to consumer electronics, to jewelry, you name the category, they're in it. 54% of their revenue came from just that, everything else other than books. So you're dealing with a company that has consistent growth year over year and just keeps growing to no end. So why are all these numbers important, right? Okay, Amazon does $52 billion, what does it mean for me? 37% of units sold through Amazon were done through third-party sellers. So third-party sellers mean people like myself or yourself or anybody else that has a seller account. 37%. Just do the math, and it's astonishing to see how many units are sold and not done through Amazon directly. So to date, there's about 2 million Amazon sellers on the platform. And there's nothing stopping anybody over here from going online and creating their own seller account. 2 million seller accounts. So who's it for? People think that you have to be an online specialty retailer to sell on the platform. It's for everybody. There's nobody in this room that cannot go online and start selling on the platform. Anywhere from retailers, manufacturers, imports, somebody just coming out of school, stay-at-home moms. You want to subsidize your income, you want to earn a little bit more money, it's simple enough that you can do it without having tremendous infrastructure and having that much knowledge of the web. I know a lot of the sessions that are going to be coming forth in the next few weeks have to do with analytics and marketing and merchandising, and it's a lot to absorb. The beautiful part of a marketplace platform is they take all that and put it aside and let you focus on sourcing product, buying right, and actually selling on the platform. So some of the categories that you'll find that I'm able to sell, listed as some examples: books, DVDs, photo, electronics, jewelry, apparel. Certain categories require you to get authorization, but it's as simple as a request, and they just want to vet you as a seller and make sure that you're actually somebody that can fulfill their customers' needs. So how does it work? Pretty simple, straightforward. You upload your inventory to Amazon, and customers see your product. Customers buy, as they usually do with Amazon. You ship your product, Amazon pays you. It's that simple. Nothing else that you have to do. Okay? So let's talk about cost. You decide to sell a product on Amazon. What is it going to cost me, and how am I going to get paid? So Amazon typically collects the sale price and the shipping from the buyer, deducts a referral fee, which is called the Amazon commission. Okay, and if you're not a pro merchant, they'll charge you a 99-cent fee. Now, don't be afraid of the word pro merchant. All it means is that you subscribe to Amazon and sign up, and I believe they charge you $39 a month, and you're considered a pro merchant, and you won't have to be involved in that 99-cent fee. So let's break it down. You have a product that you're selling on the platform for $100, and you decide that you want to collect shipping on that product, $5.95. Now remember, you determine the price that you want to sell the product for. You can also determine the shipping. You can decide to spend to charge the customer a little bit more shipping, or you can give them free shipping. Amazon gives you that flexibility. So in this case, it's a consumer electronics product. Amazon's rate on consumer electronics is about 8%. So you collected $100 and $5.95. Amazon takes $8.47. And if you're not a pro merchant, obviously that 99-cent fee applies. And your gross earnings are $96.49. It's that straightforward. There's no additional fees. There's no odd calculations. So comparing this to traditional e-commerce and how you forecast your profits, it's a little bit different. So when you have an e-commerce site, there's other factors that involve, such as fraud. People take a certain percentage of their gross sales and allocate that towards fraud because it's just inevitable that it'll happen. Marketing costs. Right? Marketing costs are always variable. Nobody can determine if you spend $100 on marketing, how much of a return you'll get back. You can get 4 sales and spend $100. That'll equal $25 an order. But that same $100 you spend can only generate 2 sales. So it's a moving target. With a platform like Amazon, your costs are always fixed. So you'll know, if I sell product X at this price, I'm going to earn this amount of money with nothing else taken into consideration. So once you do decide and you actually make a sale, the question is, okay, how do I get paid? So standard procedure with Amazon, once you ship your product, you'll upload a tracking number to Amazon to verify that this product is shipped to the consumer. And once they receive that tracking information, they deposit funds into your account. So new sellers, there's usually a holdback period of about 14 days, but as you progress and as you prove yourself to the platform, they'll actually shorten the time down to 7 days, and in some cases down to 24 hours. So as soon as you send them tracking information, they'll do a settlement report, and they'll actually transfer funds into your account. You're free to do, obviously, with whatever you want. So I want to go through a list of what a product page looks like on Amazon, so you get some of the key points on how they are. Hey, Ralphie, you want to give me a hand and see what you did? So this is what a product page looks like on Amazon. Took the camera as an example. Amazon is really big on images. Typically, they provide images from the manufacturer. Now remember, there's two types of product that you can sell on Amazon. Stuff that other people make and stuff that you make yourself. So you're not limited to the product assortment that Amazon has on their catalog. At any time, you as a seller can go onto the platform and add another product to their catalog. We'll go through an example a little bit later, but remember, images are really important, and so are customer titles. So the whole beauty about Amazon is it displays relevant information. Amazon became a shopping destination because of their rich content. As you see, the consumer reviews became a very big part of online shopping because it's the voice of the people. And people trust other sellers, and Amazon does a really good job at promoting product reviews. So you'll see this product review section. So where do we come into play? So on the side, there's something called the buy box. Okay? The buy box is typically what Amazon calls the best offer. That is a combination of a seller that has a good rating, that meets their criteria, has inventory, and has the best price. So in this case, this product is being sold by Portable Guide, and he lists the item for free shipping. At the same time, there's additional sellers over here, and if I expand the page, there's 71 new and used sellers over here. So if, for example, the question becomes, how do I get to this top spot? Because this is the sweet spot. This is where customers decide they're going to hit the button and add to cart. And this is where about 90% of the transactions happen. So all you have to do is really watch your price and then manage it to beat this person. And if all things are beating, if everybody's selling at the same price, they rotate the buy box. So you'll take turns on being placed up here. Now remember, Amazon does a really good job at watching their prices, so chances are they're going to try to be aggressive and get to that spot. But if you have a product that Amazon doesn't sell, a product that's unique to you, or Amazon doesn't have inventory and you have an aggressive price, you will get the buy box. So not only could you sell new products, there's used and there's refurbished. So Amazon doesn't discriminate against people having stuff that they own and putting it on their site, stuff that's refurbished, or stuff that's just regular inline inventory. So if I open this, you'll see a list of So one thing that you need to take into consideration is Amazon takes their customers really seriously, and they measure you on your performance. So next to each seller's name, there's a rating, whether it's 5-star, 4-star, and they give you a percentage of positive. So the goal is to maintain 4 to 5-star on the platform with a 96 to 100% positive. How does that number become involved? Every time a customer buys something from your site, about 14 days after the order is delivered to the customer, they'll send an email asking the seller, the buyer, to rate you on your performance. They'll ask you, did you receive what you were supposed to receive? Was the seller responsive when it came to customer service? Did they ship it on time? And did everything come in good condition? If you do all the right things, sellers are used to giving customers are used to giving sellers kudos and giving them ratings. And they'll obviously show you how many ratings next to each seller. So based on this, consumers decide what store they want to buy from on the platform. Now, if your product is unique and you're the importer and you're the only one selling the product, then you have no competition. And it's also encouraged by Amazon. Add to their catalog, it's a marketplace, It's open for everybody. So we understand how big Amazon is. We know what the product page looks like. Great. How do we start? So Amazon gives you 3 ways of listing products onto their site. Most of them are free, but I'll go through all. The simplest one is an add a product tool that they have. Once you sign up for Amazon as a seller, they give you access to their Seller Central, and it's basically a portal where you manage all your listings. In there, and we'll do a live demo in a minute, but in there, there's an add a product tool, and all you have to do is identify the product that you want to sell, and it'll actually show up, and you can list the product. And all you have to do is list the quantity that you want to provide, and your price. Okay, it's as simple as that. It's a one-by-one. You can literally start selling product tomorrow. So there's a better solution, Seller Desktop. For sellers that have, let's say, 100 or 1,000 products in their catalog and don't want to go list items one by one, Amazon provides a Seller Desktop tool which you can download onto your PC. PC for now, no Mac. And it allows you to do a lot more than your basic add a product tool. It allows you to create product variations. If you're in apparel, you can do sizes, colors. If you're in regular consumer electronics, product attributes, and everything, and product descriptions, everything you want to know, but you can do it in bulk. And for those who have regular EDI systems or accounting or CRM packages and already have a database of product, you can integrate with Amazon Seller Services. And what that'll do, it'll take the information from your internal system and actually post it to the web. And that's probably the best way, because now you can automate shipping processes, you can automate listings, inventory, real time. But before you get to this, I'd recommend playing around with these tools, get an understanding of how the platform works and how a product gets listed. And then there's plenty of third-party providers that will integrate into your existing CRM system.
Eli, time out 1 second. There's a car across the street parked in front of the condo building. They're going to tow the car. I don't know whose it is, but if it's in front of the condo building, the parking garage, they towed it last week, somebody's car. They're going to tow it right in 5 minutes. So if somebody has a car, please. Thank you. I'm sorry.
So let's go through a product and let's list something. I actually have an item in the other room, but there's a little Nerf digital camera. Sorry. So I'll start. So this is the Amazon Seller Central portal. I have a limited view over here because they also give you the ability to limit access for certain individuals. So if you have a buyer, you have a product manager, you don't want them to have complete access into the system. You can actually limit the amount of information that they see. So this way you can, hire, specific people to do their jobs. So, I'm sorry.
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Sorry?
How do you do that?
There's seller permissions in there. You can create specific profiles.
Setting?
In the settings, you can set specific profiles for people to view and edit. If you want, I can take that question offline and actually show you how to do it. So it's as simple as add a product. So the item that I want to add is a Nerf 2-megapixel digital camera. So over here, it allows you to enter your product name, search by the UPC or the ASIN. So any product that you have typically has a UPC, that's the unique identifier of the product. You just enter in the UPC over there. If you have an ASIN, so if it's an item that's currently on Amazon and you have an ASIN, which is Amazon's unique identifier, that's what they call ASIN, you can type it in there, or you can just type the description of the product that you want to sell. So the item that I want to sell is a Nerf 2-megapixel digital camera. So all I gotta do is
Yes.
So now Amazon came and tells me we have a few results that match your query, right? So the item that you have, check against your database and see which one it matches. Now you can actually click on product details. It'll take you to the detail page just so you can make sure this is the actual product that you want to sell, right? And it's as simple as sell yours. So we're going to sell this digital camera on the site. It's that simple, by the way. So since the item is already listed on Amazon.com, you don't really have to populate all the vital images, description, keywords, because the item has been created on the platform already. All you need to do, and it's not even a required field, is add your seller SKU. So I'll add awkward. Test SKU. It gives you the option of, is it new, used, is it like new? So we're going to list it new. Now, in the event that you want to add a condition note, Amazon allows you to have a little messaging on your seller page that says the condition of this item. Okay? And I want to sell this product for $29.95.
Match.
Okay, so now there was a match button that you saw over there. It'll tell you the lowest price that's being sold on the platform. You can match the price and it'll automatically put you in that best price. Then if once your item is listed and you have the proper quantity, you'll get the buy box. Okay? Now, you identify your quantity that you want to sell.
No.
I want to list 10 in stock. And I want to put the tax code. Now, this is a little bit of a sensitive topic when it comes to Amazon and collecting sales tax. As a pro merchant, Amazon allows you to collect sales tax from the consumers. Just make sure when you create your listings, you select the proper tax code. Once you set up your seller account, in the back end, it'll tell you what states you'd like to collect tax from. I don't like to give any tax advice, but usually wherever you create a nexus is where you want to collect sales tax from. So as an example, if you're shipping from New Jersey, you want to make sure you collect sales tax from New Jersey. Everybody's heard certain laws to come into effect. Amazon is now lobbying for all states to collect sales tax on the site. It'll probably make it a lot easier for everybody. But for now, the least that you can do is collect the tax for the state that you're in. So I'll just put the tax code as AGEN tax. AGEN tax. And that's actually it. All you need to do is save and finish. And now your product is actually listed on Amazon. It's that simple. It takes usually about 5 to 10 minutes for your product to be live on the site. But if you click on the button here, just to verify your listing, well, it's going to take a little bit of time to refresh. But it's that simple. Anybody here can go home tonight, get a Seller Central account going, and list an item up on the site, and it'll be up within 10 minutes. It's that easy. We want to wait a moment. Yeah, it'll take 5 minutes, so we can always come back to this and see the product being listed.
So while we're doing that, the Honda Accord that's across the street that they're going to probably tow, the gray Honda Accord.
Okay, not everybody here has the ability to pick and pack and take an order. Some of us are importers, some of us are manufacturers, and we're used to traditional business of taking our goods, storing them in public warehouses, and have the public warehouse ship bulk into either their big retailers or we just don't have the room to stock inventory in our garage if we're first starting inventory. Amazon introduced a program called FBA. Revolutionary. Not only are they letting you sell on their website, now they're going to ship the product for you. They're going to handle the customer service for you. They're going to handle the returns and do everything and far cheaper and better than what we all could do. So this is how it works. Step one, you take a product that you decide to list on Amazon, as we did, and we actually send the inventory into Amazon's fulfillment center. Okay? Amazon stores their product in one of their 46 fulfillment centers throughout the country, and they do it strategically to make sure that they have inventory in locations so they can get to their customers in a very short period of time. Okay? Customers purchase the order. Now, in the other sense, we would have to print out an order, we'd have to pick the pack and ship, and then send Amazon the tracking information. That's gone. Amazon picks, packs, and ships your product and sends it to your customers. It's that simple. You don't have to send them a confirmation. You never have to touch the merchandise. All you have to do is send it into their fulfillment center, and they'll actually do the rest for you. So the concept behind FBA was Amazon focuses it's all about the customer, Amazon. And Jeff Bezos decided, we have all these third-party sellers on the site. How do we get to replicate the customer experience when they buy something from Amazon? Because whoever bought from Amazon, they'll know that they can order something and they'll basically have it and there's no issues whatsoever. You can trust Amazon. So the way to get customers to have the same experience is for Amazon to handle that experience. So number one, you're not touching any inventory and you don't have to worry about logistics. You're sending inventory into the fulfillment center and it's done. Customer service, out of the question.
You can have vendors ship direct to their warehouse?
So vendors can ship direct to their warehouse. It's a very simple process. So how do you get inventory into Amazon Fulfillment Center? So let's talk about that. Amazon gives you multiple ways. You can ship it by your own UPS account, or you can ship it with Amazon's account. Now, we use Amazon's account because we leverage their shipping rates. To give you an example, you can take a 70-pound package and send it into their Pennsylvania distribution center, and it'll cost you about $9 for a 70-pound package. If you can fit 100 widgets in there, and you can send more than one, obviously, the prices keep changing, and your cost of getting inventory into their fulfillment centers becomes minimal. It's a fraction of the total sale. And if you once you grow your business, you can start sending truckloads, and you just make appointments with their fulfillment centers and send truckloads of inventory in there. So you're not limited on how much inventory you can send to Amazon. You can send one item, you can send 100,000 items. Amazon does not limit you on the amount of inventory that's stored. And they basically charge you a storage fee. And the storage fee is really minimal. It's about 45 cents per cubic foot per month. So what that means is, if you have an item that's a fraction of a cubic foot, they charge you only a fraction of that cubic foot, and they don't charge you the minimum of the month. They'll charge you by the day. So an example is, well, I'll get to a cost example of how inexpensive it is to store your inventory at Amazon. So what are the advantages of FBA versus traditional selling on Amazon? First of all, you'll see increased sales. What Amazon does, whenever there's an offer that's prime, that means it's an offer that's filled by Amazon, they bring you up in search results. So they'll make sure they highlight that offer for you because they know they're handling the consumer experience, and they put that offer in front of somebody that's fulfilling it on their own. Okay? You're Prime eligible. Anybody here have a Prime account? Okay. I'm sure a lot of people do, and I've ordered huge things for $3.99 and got them next day air where they probably lost a few $100s on it. And now your products are eligible for Prime. It does not cost you any more money. So that same digital camera we can send into Amazon, and anybody here that sends it in there can get it second day air, and it won't cost you any additional money. So you're eligible for Prime. Reduce shipping costs. We leverage Amazon's shipping costs, right? We can ship something from point A to point B, and Amazon can do the same thing at a fraction of what it's going to cost us. We don't need a warehouse. No more. Everything's inventoried at Amazon's facility. returns and customer service. We all know how frustrating customer service can be and how frustrating returns can be. There's cost involved, and there's just managing the whole returns process. And Amazon eliminates that for you, and they'll handle that with nothing else for you to do. So what does it cost, and what are the fees involved in using FBA? Okay? So there's a storage fee, which I went over, which is 45 cents a cubic foot per item per month. There's an order handling fee, which is $1 per order. There's a pick pack fee, okay, which is depending on the product line, but usually $1 for items that are $25 and up. And there's a weight handling fee, okay, and I'll get into details of how this works out. So these are actually your complete fulfillment charges. So the rate for shipping they charge you is 37 cents per pound. So you have a fee of $1 per order, $1 for pick and pack, and 37 cents for per pound. So in this example, we have a Kensington mouse. It's a mouse in a box. It's about this big, right? And we're selling it for $19.95, and the item weighs 1 pound. Item price is on sale. Amazon's commission doesn't change. Whether it's fulfilled by Amazon or it's fulfilled by the merchant, you'll still pay the 8% in consumer electronics and whatever other percentage in other categories. So here we break down. We have the order handling fee of $1, pick and pack fee of $1, and since it's only 1 pound, we pay 37 cents for that, and a 30-day storage. On this particular item, it cost me 1 penny to store it in Amazon's fulfillment centers for a month. So their inventory storage basically adds up to almost nothing. So in all, the cost to ship a product from Amazon's warehouse to your end users once the sale was made was $2.38. I don't know if anybody here can ship anything for $2.38. No less a 1 pound box like this through UPS. The cheapest UPS rate I know is about $5. And if you go send it through a residential, you're going to get charged another $1 and change, and you could be up to $6 some odd. And the greatest part is, if you have a 2 pound package or a 3 pound package, just add another 37 cents to it. And the costs even make more sense. So, real efficient, a lot of benefits using Amazon FBA, no limitations. It takes all the hard work out of managing a warehouse. No, you have to send packages. You just take the packages from whatever you got from the distributor and send it directly to them. So it's not all that rosy when it comes to selling on Amazon. They have a very, very low tolerance. Okay, so get to know their rules. Getting banned is a bad idea. Many people that are selling on the platform that have been banned, it's almost impossible to come back on. They'll track your IP address. They'll track places where you've logged in the past and reported on your file. So don't think you can get away with, well, if I get banned on the site, I'll be able to open up a new account and then just continue to do business. It's nearly impossible. You don't want to do it. So what'll get you kicked off? Manipulating ratings and reviews. So Amazon takes their customers really serious, and they take the information that they provide on their site as being authentic. If you're caught manipulating reviews, so say you want to get a leg up and you think that you need a little bit more seller reviews, and you have a buddy or a friend or somebody try to add a review that's not really true, they'll pick up on it and they will eliminate your account immediately. Marketing to Amazon customers, this is a big one. It's a little bit of a drawback. The customer experience is Amazon's. They are not your customers. Amazon takes that extremely seriously. Never market to Amazon customers. This is one of their first rules. Do not send them emails to solicit them for additional products that you have on sale. Do not send them any marketing material. It's a complete no-no. Substituting items. Give them what they bought. Don't be a wise guy and think that it's similar, it's a little bit different, they probably won't know the difference, or my item is like that. Substitutions are not allowed. Counterfeit. Nobody here would do it. Just want to bring it up to everybody, but counterfeit items on Amazon have been a problem in the past few years, and they've cracked down on it. And even though you don't know it's a counterfeit, be aware. If you're buying a pair of Monster Beats for $99 and listing it on the site, there's no such price. Chances are the product is counterfeit. Stay away from it. There's 10 million products listed on their website. Find something that'll sell without a headache. And a high ODR. So ODR is how Amazon measures your performance. They take into consideration your shipping time, your negative feedback, your chargeback claims, and your A to Z claims. So all these combined metrics equal ODR. And they want to make sure you keep it below a certain level, just to make sure that you're providing their customers the right experience. So, to be really profitable, just follow best practices. Excellent customer service. I can't stress enough how customer service is important when it comes to Amazon. Whether you think you're right or the customer is wrong, you're always wrong and the customer is always right. That's how Amazon looks at it. Answer your emails. If a customer has a problem, resolve it. Be the best that you can be. Treat it with kid gloves. Okay? Check for orders daily. Amazon provides you a user interface that allows you to check your orders. So if you're not part of integration where orders come into your own platform and you're just using Seller Central as the place to manage orders, check for your orders daily. Orders come in, you want to make sure they get out. Be flexible with your pricing. Do not get married to margin, right? You have to be really flexible because it's a competitive marketplace, and if you're not competitive in price, chances are you're not going to sell. But at the same time, determine what your margins are. You don't want to lose money. Make sure before you list a product, you know all your calculations. You know the product cost, you know all the fees that are involved. There's tools out there, and I'll reference them later in the email, whoever wants them, on how to calculate a fee for a product that's sold for a specific price. So now you can take that and say, okay, if the product costs me X and my fees are Y, I need to have at least that in the calculations for it to be profitable. Seller Central reports. Amazon is really good at giving you information. It'll tell you how much page views the products that you have listed on there. It'll give you how many you sold. There's a wealth of information. You just need to access it, and they make it really easy for you to do in their Seller Central UI. Okay? Ship orders on time. The last thing you want to do is be late with your shipment because they hold it against you in your ODR. So ship orders on time and maintain a positive feedback. I can't stress enough how feedback is important in Amazon's eyes and for the consumers buying from a third-party seller. If they're not up to par, they'll just go to the next guy. You saw on the other camera there were 71 sellers on it. So if it's not going to be you, it's going to be somebody else. Stand out, have fantastic customer service, and make sure your feedback is great. And obviously get ready for the holidays. During the holiday seasons, you'll typically see a 5-time increase in sales with Amazon. It's probably one of their biggest times of the year. Follow these rules. It will pay off in spades because the velocity and sales that come from Amazon is nothing like you've experienced in other e-commerce sites, whether it's eBay or Overstock or any of the other marketplaces that are out there. So what I've done is it's a little bit hard to see there. These are URLs, and what I'll have Rafi do is distribute this presentation to everybody. And what we did is I provided links on where to sign up for a seller account. So you can actually just go there later tonight and click on that link. It'll take you to the sign-up process. And all you have to do is follow the instructions. If you're a business, just have your tax ID ready, your bank account information, some basic information on how to set up a profile. I've also included a link called Simply Amazon, where it's literally step-by-step with great visuals on what you have to do in order to get all the information that's necessary to get set up. And Amazon is also really good at providing marketing material for their sellers. There's a wealth of videos on every single topic that if you're not sure, go to this link over here. There's a video tutorial that will explain to you step-by-step on what to do. And once you have a Seller Central account, okay, they have it's called a TAM, the Technical Account Management. You can easily hit a button on the top right-hand corner, and one of their service representatives will actually call you within 3 minutes. And you can ask them anything from, how do I list the product? Why is my product not showing? How do I get an order into fulfillment by Amazon? You can ask them any question, and they'll spend as much time with you and give you the proper resources for you to be successful. And obviously there's a Fulfillment by Amazon video, excuse me, that'll show you Amazon Fulfillment Center, how they work, how they get orders out. It's pretty amazing. I'd recommend everybody to take a look at this video. You'll get a real picture of how large Amazon's fulfillment centers are. They're typically about 1 million square feet. So if you can imagine 1 million square feet, 47 of them, with automation and just the time that it takes for Amazon to pick, pack, and ship an order from when an actual customer hits a button that add to cart and buy now could be about less than an hour. So it's pretty amazing, especially it's your inventory. So again, my name is Eli Sakkal. I'll make myself available. Please write my email down. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I'd love to see everybody here succeed, set up an account, and hopefully do some business. Make some questions.
Yeah, you mentioned that they have 47 fulfillment centers. When they place an order to keep in stock, are they placing orders for 47 by shipping 47 centers? I mean, this is number 4. We ship 3 or 4.
Okay, so this is not selling to Amazon. This is selling on Amazon. There's a big difference between them. Whoever has a vendor central account, it's very different than a seller central account. So selling to Amazon requires you to go through a process and show your inventory to the buyer. He gets approval. He SKUs up the product. He purchases inventory and directs you where to ship it. Selling on Amazon, you're the one that's SKUing up the product. And a lot of people here, I don't know if they ran through this, a manufacturer that wants to sell product to Amazon basically has to go through a process, getting a vendor account, begging the buyer to give him a shot, and actually getting the product listed, no less listed correctly. Whereas over here, you're a seller on Amazon. You can list the product, sell it with the quantity you want, have Amazon fulfill it, and then if your goal is to have Amazon be your customer, the product's already listed on the site. So all they have to do is reference this product over here, and the bag becomes a lot easier to make. So get your product listed on Amazon, not sold to Amazon.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that you'll end up shipping 47 different DCs?
No. So when you're ready to do a fulfillment by Amazon order, what they'll do is, depending on the quantity of your shipment, they'll tell you either ship to 1 DC or maximum 2 DCs. So they won't spread you across the whole country. It used to be maybe 3-4 months ago where you only had to send it to one fulfillment center, and they distributed the inventory going forward.
How do you get approved to sell something? You might not be able to have
So there's different approval processes. There's an approval process for a category, and there's an approval process for a product line. They're 2 very different products. So as an example, on a category, cell phones require an approval process where you just, in your Seller Central, there's a help topic. Just click the help button and say, I want to be approved for selling consumer cell phones, and they'll actually go through a process in vetting you. If you want to sell a product that's gated by a manufacturer, you can reach out to the same technical account management team and say, I want to get approval for listing this product. What they'll typically ask you is, are you authorized to sell this product? And if you're not, chances are it's a manufacturer's restriction and you won't be able to be listed on the product. Well, a Prime account is something that the consumer does, right? In order for your products that you're selling on Amazon to qualify for Prime, you have to use the Fulfillment by Amazon program. So all you have to do is, when you have your listing, every FBA seller could send inventory to Amazon. There is no restriction. It could be 1 product, it could be 1,000 products.
Why able to
Nothing. You list your product as we did the digital camera, and when you go into your cell, and there's a how-to video on how to actually do it. So now we just listed that digital camera on Amazon, and all you have to do is go into that Seller Central and say, I want to have this fulfilled by Amazon. And with literally a few clicks of a mouse of the buttons, it'll prepare you, and it'll tell you what fulfillment center to send it to.
If you're adding a new product, is there any way of knowing if people are coming to Amazon looking for your new product?
Yes, so there are metrics in the Seller Central account. It's under the business reports. It'll basically give you, broken down by ASIN, how much page views you had for the parent and child, so it's variations. if it's a sweater, for example, it's apparent and there's multiple sizes, it'll tell you have this much traffic going here, these are how many page views, right? And these are how many sales you generated from those page views.
But before you put the product on, there's no way to
Well,
know
if the
that
product-
type of product sells.
If the product doesn't exist on Amazon, there's no way to find out any metrics. Now, the great thing is that you can add your own products onto Amazon and list the proper titles, the proper descriptions and keywords, so that when customers put in queries in their search box, your product will show up. And if the product is popular enough, they'll actually market that product for you on the web and bring traffic, because obviously they'll earn their commission.
Am I able to leverage your shipping by bringing a container from overseas?
Yes. So there's another advantage here. So let's say, I'll give you a small example. Let's say I'm a seller and I'm bringing in 100 of these widgets and I'm decided to use fulfillment by Amazon. So I send in 100 pieces to that fulfillment center. Now, for whatever reason, I sold that item on eBay or I sold the item on another site. There's a program in FBA called multi-channel fulfillment. And what that allows you to do is fulfill orders for other channels with your inventory in FBA. So it's as simple as store your inventory there. There's an additional fee involved. It's not as cheap as the original fulfillment that I showed you, but there's a difference of about $3 per package. So you could technically sell inventory to your retailers, to your other online channels, and have Amazon fulfill your
No,
orders.
sorry, no, I was asking about taking a container from, let's say, China, and to leverage their shipping,
Directly through FBA, yes, you can. What you do is you create an inbound shipping order. As long as you tell the factory in China, follow these instructions with labels and the right way to do it, you can have a shipment come directly from China into Amazon's fulfillment
and
center.
to pay a fraction of the cost for the special shipping arrangements.
Absolutely.
There's a bar
No,
There's a bar telling them
not in my experience.
maybe it's a higher level seller.
No, my understanding is, and if you're a seller on Amazon,
I don't pay the monthly fee, but I use FBA.
so you don't. So as a pro merchant,
Showing me that there's how much inventory I have.
right? So if they cap you, you might want to look into a pro merchant. It's $39 a month, and then at that time, just contact Amazon because there should be no limitation on how much inventory can be sent into their fulfillment center.
So FBA, how do you have insurance with their UPS?
So it's automatically insured. Once you send the product into FBA and you use their shipper account for the sell price of the item or commercial invoice. So let's say, for example, you sent in 10 widgets that were worth $100 each and they're being sold on the platform. Amazon understands what that product is because it's being sold on their site. So if UPS, for whatever reason, loses it or damages it from the time they left your fulfillment center into Amazon's FC, you can create a case and they'll reimburse you for that amount of money.
If you have a completely new product that isn't being sold anywhere by anybody, do you have any recommendations on how to increase the SEO, if you will, of
Okay, so that's a great question because a lot of people here have their own goods like apparel and unique items that aren't sold on the platform but like to sell on the platform. So one of the biggest things you want to do is your titles. Make sure your titles are correct. Start with the manufacturer's name. Add a model number, a short description of the item. Be really descriptive. Speak to the customer. They give you options such as technical details. There's bullet points in there. So in the Seller Central account, when we just added a product, they even give you the option of add a new item. And they give you a wealth of information to add, such as color, size, search terms. Really important. Make sure you populate those fields. Provide great images for them. And if you're a seller on the account, once you start to get momentum, ask the customers that bought from you, contact them. Can you write a product review? And as you start selling on the platform, you'll get an understanding of customers write product reviews. Let me modify the title. Let me have a lot of images. Images are the key for Amazon. It's visual based. So if a customer does a search, your image comes up, they like it, it gets them to move forward, and chances are you'll start buying better.
Is there a way to go on Amazon and to monitor or see what is a hot product that you can maybe go out and market and get your hands on at the right price?
So Amazon, there's a few different ways to measure velocity when it comes to Amazon. Based on customer reviews, right? A lot of customers review the product, chances are it's a popular product. Amazon also has a ranking category. So in each category, they break it out into subcategories, and they'll give you the product rank for each of the items that are there. So obviously, the better the rank of the product is, the higher the velocity of sales that there are. So between the product reviews and the product ranking, and the amount of sellers that are listed on the SKU should give you a really clear picture on how popular the item is.
But I mentioned this before, as a vendor, you recommend to sell through Amazon or?
So I would start by selling on Amazon, and the reason is, as a vendor, your challenges are always, how do I get in touch with the buyer? How do I get him to SKU up my products properly? And how do I make sure he places an order and customers see it? Right? So I would take the reverse approach, and you as a seller, list your products on Amazon. And when it comes time for you to go after Amazon and get them behind it, all you have to tell them is, my product is listed on your site already, and here's a little bit of a history of how it's doing. You have a better shot of getting that buyer to buy that product once the item is SKU'd up, because it really takes all the work out of that buyer's hands.
What's the advantage?
Sorry?
What's the advantage of selling through versus selling?
So the advantage is when Amazon gets behind a product, they actually do marketing promotions. They spend money on driving traffic to that. They can give you placement on their email campaigns. They can give you placement on their website, and it really brings a lot of exposure to the product. Hence, the sales usually are multiple. You can have an item in there for years and it's not being sold. As long as you have inventory in that tab populated and it's available for sale, it'll stay on there until you sell out.
What happens if it's perishable?
Perishable product is a good question. Their expiration dates, when you set up an item that's marked perishable, there's expiration dates on it. And when you send that item into FBA, you should want to make sure that the expiration date that you have on that product doesn't exceed the time where you think you'll sell the product. So if in FBA, let's say you have inventory that's defective or it's perishable, it's food. So you have a few options that you can do. Amazon gives you the ability for them to destroy the product or to send it back to you at about 60 cents, I believe the charge is about 60 cents an order, to have it pulled back. So, or they can destroy it for you at no charge.
What if you don't have UPC? None of these things.
Everything should have UPC. The only things that usually don't have UPC is jewelry, apparel. So when you're creating your unique item, I would recommend going out and getting a block of UPCs. So this way you have a unique identifier to the product. There's tons of resources on the web where you can buy UPCs that shouldn't cost you more than $1 or $2. Just make sure you get it from a reputable firm and list your product, because that's one of the important information that Amazon wants on their items.
I saw on Amazon how
They will, but they're going towards a model where they're going to require UPCs and they're going to make some changes there. No, that's called an item label, so it's a little bit different than a UPC. It's an ASIN and an FN SKU, so they'll identify that SKU, give you a unique number that you can label on there. UPC is a little bit different. UPC is universal identifier.
If you're selling by FBA, then suppose you have 100 pieces of a master card.
Okay.
Does Amazon package them separately to mail it to you, or do you have to have it prepared?
No, you can send them master cards, and they'll actually open up the master cards, store it in there. You guys really got to take a look at this FBA video. It's pretty amazing. You'll see their fulfillment center. You can send them a master card with inners at the same time. At the receiving process, they'll open up the box, and place your inventory on their shelves without the master cards, and only charge you the dimensional, the cubic foot at the item level for the amount of time. So don't worry, send the master cards as much as you want.
Any experience with bulk items, not in retail packaging?
No item is off limits. If it's in bulk packaging, what they'll require you to do is label your inventory. So you want to make sure there's an identifier, because what's a UPC and what's a package? It helps their pickers identify what is necessary to actually pick off the shelves.
Why do you prefer Amazon over eBay? Personal preference?
So you need to do both. I don't prefer one over the other. So in terms of ease of use, tomorrow you can literally go ahead and start selling on Amazon by listing an existing product. The velocity is a lot stronger when it comes to Amazon. Their users they convert a lot better. And the user experience in general on Amazon is a lot better than eBay. if you go onto eBay and do a query for a coffee maker or a specific model, you'll get about 10 or 12 of the same model with different sellers. Whereas on Amazon, their catalog is indexed. All you got to do is type in that model. They'll show you one product, so you know exactly what you're looking for, and then the balance of the sellers. So from the customer's experience, it's a lot better, and they convert sales.
Can you send in used items to that?
Yes, absolutely. Used items, refurbished items. When you SKU up your product, it'll tell you what's the condition of this product. All you need to do is identify that this product is used, and they'll mark it as used and sell it as used on the platform.
And you determine the price?
You determine the price, you determine how many you want to put up there.
The fulfillment less items, is there a special way you have to do that?
No, just no special packaging required. As long as you fit the contents in the box that you want to send to them. And the only requirements are really 70 pounds, 70 pounds maximum, one box. And if you have multiple 70-pound boxes.
You said in order to do through their fulfillment, you have to be a prime seller?
No, you just have to be a seller on Amazon. And what you have to do is you go into the SKU that you're looking for, okay, and just click a button, say, I want this item fulfilled by Amazon. It'll give you step-by-step instructions on, take this product and send it to us, and they'll tell you how to do it.
What's the problem? Package, like with a lot of different components, and each one you could buy, you do a lot of components, more than one component at a time.
So this
In other words, let's say I have a package of 5 different items that I want to sell as a package, but they don't have to get, every one of those 5 items. You do that together in one package on Amazon?
So you can create bundles and packages on Amazon. If it's fulfillment by Amazon, you'll have to take that 5 components, put them into one, and send it in a master box. And then when the package is sold, they'll fulfill that. Or you can sell it merchant fulfilled and put those components individually together in your facility and send them to the consumer. So,
and is it possible to like click, let's say I have like this
bundle.
The bundle, they just click on each thing and buy it that way or not?
No, what you want to do is put the components together and make one listing for it. Alright, so if you go on to Amazon, do a search for XX bundle, whatever it is, you'll see examples of what people do is they take images of multiple products and create one single image for them and create one single listing. So when the order comes in, you'll receive an order that says you sold one of these. Now you'll know that this component is X, Y, and Z. You'll pack them and ship them.
All right, everybody, thank you, Eli.